welcome to the second part of our video learning series. Now, before I start today's video, I just want to apologise for the delay in getting these videos out. I've had so many things getting on top of me that I've just let the videos go by the wayside, and I really didn't want to. I wanted to keep this series running, so apologies about that. And I pulled myself away from the desk this afternoon. Weather was alright, I thought I'd get myself outside, let's get these videos shot and try and get some information on the website that hopefully might help you when you're looking for a job. So without further ado, today's video is all about what happens or what do you do when you get that phone call, email, text message saying, Mr. Smith, thank you very much for your CV, we love what we read, we'd like to take this to the next level and meet you. Brilliant. Everything you've done, everything you've put into your CV's obviously had the effect, and now you've got to take it to the next level. So what do you do? Well, my first bit of advice would be to do some homework, do some research. First of all, have a look at the company, and that doesn't mean just going on their web page and looking up their About Us page and getting an idea of how they started from a one-man garage up to a multi-million-pound business. You go in with that information, they'll know you've got it off their website, and they'll know you're no different from the competition. You know, your employers are getting clever nowadays, or your competition's definitely getting clever. The good ones are anyway. So you want to be better than them. You want to be different to them. So what else can you do? Go on Google and have a look about the business. Go on trade magazines. You know, there's plenty of, in the motor trade or whatever trade you're in, there's plenty of magazines or websites that specialise in that industry. So whatever industry you're in, go and have a look and see if you can find anything out about that company. Maybe some awards they've won. Maybe, I don't know, press releases regarding things, milestones that have happened within the company. They're great. And if you know some of those that are not, you know, plastered all over their website, it's going to look like you have taken an interest and you do think a little bit outside the box, as they say. Next thing I would also say is do a bit of research on the person who's interviewing you. Now, you might not always be interviewed by the person who's going to be your direct manager, but that doesn't mean you can't try and find an angle or a hook that links you in with that person and gives you a chance to talk to them about something you've both got in common, or they think you've got in common. So again, do some research have a look on Google. Most professionals now will have a profile on LinkedIn. You may be able to find their Facebook profile, maybe Twitter. Have a little nose around and get an idea of what they talk about, what their interests are. Just give yourself that little bit of something extra that, like I say, maybe your competition won't be doing. Then, I suppose, without pulling your trousers down when you get in the interview, you need to be memorable. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next video, which is, you know, what to do in the interview. But the main goal, and why you probably need to think about this in your preparation for your interview, is that you need to be memorable. The whole point of this interview is not to go in there and ask for the job, although it is and it isn't. The whole point is to leave a lasting memory about yourself with whoever's interviewing you. The worst thing in the world is if you walk out of that interview and 2 minutes later they've already forgotten about you, because that's it. Game over. No second interview, no job. If they're still talking about you over dinner with their husband or wife, or next morning in a meeting with their boss or colleagues, and your name comes up, aced it. You've done the job. You know, you've got every opportunity of getting a second interview and pushing it on forward from there. So that is your main goal about it. So I won't go over the obvious too much, except to say that make sure you've got a clean suit. Make sure you've got appropriate footwear and they're clean. Ladies, not too much makeup. Just go in there looking professional, really. You know, you've got to make a lasting impression, and that's got to be that you're professional. You come across professional. You come across smart. So just think about what you're going to wear, and that it all looks good. You haven't got holes in your shoes, and you know, whatever else. I think you understand what I mean, but it just needs a bit of preparing. Unless you get one call one day and then you're going to interview the next day, which doesn't happen really. You've got the time to do it, so think about that. So that's it really for part 2. As I say, part 3 would be all about the interview, what to do, things you should be saying, things you shouldn't be saying, but we'll talk about that more in the next part. So until then, thanks very much.